Well, that sure was funny stuff.
Oh.
I thought for a minute there you was gonna bite that mule in the... You know, just...
Come on, don't start off that way tonight. Now, you know you can't.
You would have got a kick out of it.
I know that, right now.
Oh, boy, Roy Rogers is as funny as Marv Zimmerman.
Marv Zimmerman?
You wouldn't like him. He's not our kind of guy.
I'm not our kind of guy.
No.
How are you? You're really dressed up tonight. What's cooking?
Nothing. I'm just figured I'd put on a suit. People think I don't got none.
I have not seen you in a suit, except when you're out to a benefit or something. You usually come on here in some casual. How are you?
I'm terrific. I was up skiing in Aspen, Colorado.
What's up? Well, come on, Roy. Yeah.
Oh, hey, Roy.
Hey, how you doing, buddy?
Welcome back.
I was just mentioning how hilarious you were. That it's lucky we don't have to compete with you in Las Vegas.
Yeah,
I don't know who's funnier, you or Dale.
How is... I was going to ask you that when we were talking. How is your lovely wife? You know,
she is wonderful.
I read an article the other day. When you first were married, people gave it a year or something because she had
we just had our 27th wedding anniversary, New Year's Eve.
That's right. Happy.
I talked to her this morning, and she's in Indianapolis, about to freeze to death back there. It's pretty cold.
Give her our
and
best.
She's on a tour.
Yeah.
She will.
You think you'll be married 27 years?
Well, I'm married almost 20 already. I only got 7 more to go. You're married almost that long, aren't you?
What?
Well, I mean...
I would have been, yes.
I mean, if you add them up...
That's true.
Between you and Ed, you got 3 more wives or 4 more wives than me and Roy in about 30 more years of... And you make more payments to nobody than we make on the ranch.
I know you'd have a finish for that somewhere. That made no sense at all, but who cares?
I just keep chatting till something comes out.
Now, I cannot see... You'll forgive me for saying so.
Yeah.
And I know you're fairly athletic, but I've seen you play tennis. Now, I'm trying to picture you on skis. And that's mind-boggling. That's a mind-boggling.
Well, you know,
It's like Buddha learning to ski. You know.
Well, I told you a lot of times about learning to ski up there, you know, with them Nazi ski instructors, and you just get up there and you know, if you got a little one, you ain't never gonna learn.
Right.
Well, you're Jewish, and you get one as big as that Indian. And he says, ski, Jew, and there you go.
You ski?
Oh, yeah. With 3 poles.
I thought they were all Swiss. No, I thought you were...
No, they say they're Swiss.
I see.
Yeah. I said, are you a Nazi? No, they're Swiss. Yodel over there. No, I've been skiing a long time. I used to ski up at the Concord, but that didn't count, really.
Yeah.
You ever go there for the high holidays, Roy? You'd love it. They got dietary laws and everything. I mean, you don't have to eat no trafe if you don't want it.
There are no real skiing mountains, are there? Big mountains?
Catskill?
Yeah.
In the
Big ones.
Concord?
Yeah.
Get out of there. It's little tiny hills, you know, the Jewish mountains. It's like acne. You fall down. They don't even have snow. It's sour cream. You could just slide. You could have a nice complexion from the milk bath. It's nice. Jews don't ski too much, you know.
Why is that?
Nah, they don't do no rodeoing either. Imagine a Jew on a horse.
What?
Right now, cut it loose, Harry. Here we go. There, I'll get you. You got a Mustang. Jump on it. Ooh, a horn in the chest.
There weren't too many famous Jewish cowboys, were
No,
there?
because they're all shipping clerks in New York. And when they got to hog-tie the feet, hog-tie. When they got to tie the feet, they say, come here, Stanley, put your finger here.
Some rodeo that is, huh? Hold that, Stanley.
Imagine a guy dives off a horse, misses the calf, and jumps onto a banker and writes out a loan.
So where did you do the skiing?
I was
You really did?
in Snowmass at Aspen.
Are you good at it?
I'm a pretty good skier.
Oh, I didn't know.
I go, my son Sandy, you know, he's a good skier, and Lisa and Ivy, they started when they were 3 years old. Sandy was 4. Yeah. And he took me up. I'll tell you how high up he took me. There's a place they call the Big Burn. That's as high as you can go. Then we went as far right as you can go. That's on the way down. So we start skiing around to the left. And there's a rope. It says, do not go beyond this point. Avalanches, bears, and especially not you, Hackett. And the kid took me up and I said, son, do you think I can ski this? He says, no, but I'm kind of anxious to get the money. And he tried to kill me. Oh, if I hadn't skied down on 2 stewardesses, I would have never got that. One thing, you get them up high, they'll do anything, them stewardesses.
I didn't know.
Especially out of you didn't know that?
I didn't know.
That's how you lost the first wife. I just thought I'd get
Just
back
throw
on-
that in, huh?
I think that divorce is a very kind of sad thing.
It is.
After all, it starts out 2 people love each other very much, and then just somehow it don't work out. You get up in the morning and you say, I can't stand till you look at your face anymore. Like when she said that to me this morning.
It may be all over for you and you don't know it.
I looked over my shoulder to see if anybody else was in the bed with us. She gets some steam to me. Do you keep your clothes neat?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you keep your clothes neat?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, see? I'm not too neat with my clothes. Okay, I have a shelf with sweaters, and we're building a new house, so she want to put the old house on the market. So she's want everything neat for when the people come to look, see? So now she opened up this closet, and sweaters, look like the sheep ran wild and put the wool back where it was, And she called me and she says to me, why? Why can't you keep your things neat? She now had them all straightened out. She says, why? They were so jumbled. Don't you know when you take out a sweater, put your hand and let it come out and let it drop, then when you fold it up and put it back on top? And I didn't know what to say. So I became a little boy, like we all got a little boy in us. Do you have any?
Everybody, right?
And I said to her, I didn't do that. I said, remember that time there was that earthquake when I nearly got killed? That's what happened. That's what happened that time. So now...
Big man sneaked in.
So, bad mans came and threw them all and tried to hurt me. So now, she started to laugh, and now it's been now 3 weeks. I haven't gotten in trouble. Whatever she says, I start doing this little boy, which I call Pud.
Pud.
Pud. I say, that's Pud. So now, the Vales were over the house, Jerry and Rita, and we're going to that thing for the comedy awards, which we didn't win nothing.
That's true.
That's how you know it was fake. And then Rita Vale says to me, is Pud coming tonight? I said, no, Pud can't come because he called the neighbor the wrong name. The neighbor man's name is Perry, and Pud didn't know the name. He made a mistake. She said, what do you call him? I said, Cocky Duty.
Grown man doing this, reverting. Huh?
Yeah, but I think I'm getting now to second childhood.
Well, who was it that once said, I don't know, the famous author said that a man is just an eye blink away from a little boy.
Yeah.
Just an eye blink away. Let me interrupt here a second.
Okay.
We'll do this and we're coming right back. Stay where you are. And we're talking with Roy Rogers and Buddy Hackett and Pam Grier and Weena Sturgeon. Do you ever ride horses?
Do I?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you want to know how I started to ride a horse? Would you like to hear the story?
Are you good at it? You ride Western?
I could ride Western, cavalry, English.
Yeah.
Yeah, the horse always says the same thing. Get him off. Get him off. I can't take it no more. Let him go skiing. No, I was under contract to Universal Pictures in 1952, and when you were a studio player, you had to. Everyone had a ride, and I was the oldest one there. I was about 27, and Hugh O'Brien was a kid. Davy Jansen was a kid under contract. Piper Laurie was 17. Susan Ball, the rest of her soul, was about 18, 19. Susie Cabot. All those kids, I was going to school with them, and then
You had to learn to ride.
I had to go to ride at 7:30 in the morning, and at first, I'd never been on a horse. And they brought this horse out. I said, what's his name? He says, Blaze. I said, forget about it. I don't go to no Blazes. You got a horse named Sam, a nice, quiet Jewish horse?
Murray.
You got one with a limp. You give me a horse with a limp. You know, and then he said, just hop on. I said, hop on? I can't hop on a skate. Give me a ladder. And I got on that horse, and he just walked. Ha! Ha! I was so frightened. And finally, I got embarrassed. After 3 or 4 days, Piper Laurie was going to make a picture with Tyrone Power called Mississippi Gambler. And she was riding side saddle. She was learning to ride side saddle. She was a good rider. And there's a dry riverbed in back of Universal. And I used to go every day to ride. And just one day, I grabbed that horn on a saddle, and I kicked, and I said, run, you. And he run. And he run till he was tired, and when we came back, I was riding.
That was it.
That's it.
Why do you get on a horse on the left side? Is there a reason for that?
Yeah, it's, a lot of people don't know this, but a horse has 2 sets of brains, Doc. One for each eye. And a horse can get very lopsided when you're training them. You try to balance them, work on both sides of the horse.
Is that why a horse shies quickly if you move something in front of him?
Well, that's where the old saying came from. The cowboy horse, they saddle them and bridle them and everything from the left side. And the old saying is that you never mount a horse from the right side. And I could prove it by putting trigger through his paces. He could do a lot of tricks and dances. And I always worked him from the left side, and I'd stand there and have him count and add, subtract, and all these things. They work from cues. And I could go on the other side and give him the same cues, and he'd just stand there. And no response at all.
That's interesting.
And the left eye is one for one thing, and the right is for the other. So,
Yeah.
so you try to balance them when you're riding them and run them both ways, right and left. The races in England are
That's interesting. I didn't know
counterclockwise.
A horse, everything in a horse's eye is multiplied by 8.
And they can't see
You understand
straight
what I'm
ahead without
saying?
raising their head back, can they?
Yeah.
As I understand it, a horse to look like straight ahead has to bring the head up.
I don't know about that, but it may be true because generally when they're really interested in something, they'll raise their head.
Right.
You know, I say, everything appears to a horse 8 times the size it normally is.
Well, no wonder when they see you coming to
That's
get on.
right, a horse.
They got to
It's
say,
the first-
wow!
The horse tried to get on me. I said, not without no saddle. I was riding a couple of horses. There's a guy named Mark Smith out in the valley. You know Mark Smith? Isn't he a great teacher?
Yes, he is.
He taught my kids how to ride. I understand that some real good cowboy riders, when they lose their seat, they go to Mark, and he gets them straightened out in about half an hour or something like that. And I took some horses from Mark Smith and went with Terry Thomas.
Right.
We were making a picture at MGM about a dragon or something, I don't know. The Wonderful World of the Brothers Grimm.
Right.
So we had a day off, we went riding, and we were riding along, and a piece of paper just blew out, and that horse shied, and I went whomp right over. And I finally get to the horse on my back. I landed on my back on my tailbone, and I climbed up on that horse, and Terry says, "Good show." I said, "You dumb. How would I get back to the barn? You think I'm going to walk back from here? Good show."
You know the reason they say the reason the horse shies that way? Seriously?
Why?
From what I've read. Well, because the eyes of a horse are set back on the head. So if something comes across, they see it. Each eye sees it at a different time. Not like our eyes, you see.
A horse told you this?
I read this.
Oh.
You see, so the eyes are set back in the head. So if something is over here, this eye sees it before this eye does. So they get a jump of a picture, and that's why apparently they shy at any quick motion in front of them. Both eyes don't see it at the same time. Isn't that exciting?
Yeah, well, tell about giraffes now.
And now here's a message from Budweiser.
Yeah.